Hello everybody, how are you doing? Today's it's June the 4th, 2020, and I am multitasking, also trying to speak. Now I'm multitasking. I am uploading a video that I made this morning. It's still this morning, just about, it's 10 to 12. It's just an update actually on Madeleine McCann and the smoke screen around that, the latest smoke screen. So if you're watching that and haven't seen that video, I'm uploading both today probably. So you might not get shown both of them by YouTube, so they're there. But this one is going to be a look at June and what is arising for us all. I'm almost tempted to say what isn't arising, but anyway, we'll try to just see what guidance wants to come through to help us this month. It's a big month, you know that already. We're only 4 days into it and it's like, my gosh, hang on to your hats, as they say. We've got 3 big energetic events happening linked into the stars and the cycles of nature, and I will just put them on the record. You'll know what they are anyway, but just so we've got them as a reference point for this reading. Tomorrow on the 5th we've got a full moon in Sagittarius and a lunar eclipse. On the 21st we've got a new moon in Cancer, hooray, and a solar eclipse. And then on the solstice, we've also got, which I think is the 20th, 21st, dependent where you are around the world, we've got solstice. So yes, a lot happening. Strikes me that tomorrow's full moon in Sagittarius, I'm sure I said this last time there was a full moon in Sagittarius. I know very little about Sagittarius energy. And I've actually just had a look at my chart and I sort of understand why, which is that I think the only aspects that I've got is Neptune and Vesta. Neptune by nature is a bit sort of hidden and watery and subconscious. So I'm being told I do actually know a lot about Sagittarian energy. It's just, it's almost like at a subconscious level, if that makes sense. And I know very few Sagittarians as well. So, come out wherever you are. Are you watching me? Give yourselves a shout out if you are. So let's hear it for the Saggies. Yeah, anyway, lunar eclipse and tensions are very heightened in our world at the moment. But I want to try and keep it light today because I'm actually feeling quite light, despite having just done that Madeleine McCann session. And it's interesting because when you work with spirit, I said this on my Facebook page earlier, you get these energies coming in that totally command attention and you cannot do anything until you have addressed them. And that was how I felt this morning with the Madeleine McCann, which is why I had to say something and do that video, which is only a 38-minute video, not long for me. It's just literally a revisit and almost like a pep talk in terms of, don't buy into the lies that you're about to be sold. And I really didn't want to do it. But now I've done it, you can see in my energy, I'm just so much lighter because I've done what Metatron asked me to do and we can now move on. So I'm actually feeling quite good sitting here about to do the session for us for June. So let's have a final swig of coffee and let's get into it. Keep smelling the roses, guys. Keep looking for the beauty in life as well. One of the energies that wants to come forward to help us this month is Archangel Jophiel, who comes in on the yellow ray. Okay, it's a beautiful, beautiful energy, Jophiel. And let's just spray a little bit of Jophiel. So the yellow and gold ray of Jophiel. Jophiel is about finding the beauty, finding the light, okay? Finding the light, finding the beauty, finding the wisdom. Jophiel's brilliant, by the way, if you're trying to learn something or study or you're in training. It's very good for helping us to link into our rational faculties when we need them. Funnily enough, I woke up this morning and I said to Metatron, okay, give me a song, put the radio on, and it was Supertramp's The Logical Song. It's a good song, actually. So there's that thing about the logical mind is also needed this month to try to work out what the hell is going on. as well as obviously tuning into our heart, but we do need to also be acknowledging our mind. And I keep hearing the expression do the work, you know, do the work. So, but also look for the beauty. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards. I'm using a deck that I haven't used for ages, which is by Julie McKenzie, and it's called the Universal Prophecy Cards. And they actually have got these beautiful gold backs on them, like a portal. So let's see what we're going to get. Shall we pull a card firstly for tomorrow's full moon in Sag and lunar eclipse? Let's just have one, please. Whole clump fell out then. So let's just connect into June. So an energy, please, for tomorrow's full moon in Sagittarius. They are a bit all over the place. Okay, no, that one. Heal. Okay. And we've got reflection with the moon on the bottom of the pack. Okay, so let's have a look at those two. So here we've got a representation of what's about to happen in our sky, which is this full moon in Sagittarius. And it is inviting us to heal. Okay, let's just look at those images for one moment. And I can't help but notice that the card of healing is linked into the rose. Okay, so we have the energy of the rose. And roses, I don't know about you, they always remind me of the heart. So it feels as though it's also about healing what is within our heart chakra. Certainly as a world right now, there's been a lot of heartbreak in terms of what's been happening in our world, linked into George Floyd, for example. But equally, you know, in other countries, all sorts of things happening at the moment, which maybe you don't always read about because it doesn't get presented to you, because news tends to be very much just specific to our own little patch of earth, our own country. But certainly I know there are a number of places around our world at the moment where there's been some, you know, very difficult events taking place, and also weather, a lot of weather events that have been very troubling and creating heartbreak for people as well. El Salvador, I know one of you mentioned El Salvador and the I don't know if it was a hurricane. I don't think it was a hurricane. You'll correct me, I know. So I don't have the information to hand. But anyway, extreme weather. And also there's been cyclones, I know, hitting parts of the world as well. So it's like we're all being hit in different ways for different reasons. And, okay, I understand the message now. This thing about the heart. I think one thing that can often happen to us when we're in a state of feeling quite overwhelmed and upset and sad or overstimulated or triggered is that we can close down our heart chakra. You can never close your heart completely, of course, but you can put back up the wall. And it's like it's almost like the shadow energy comes in and tries to help you. It thinks that it's helping you by putting up almost like a barrier around the heart to stop you getting hurt. But the thing is that this barrier, unless you consciously instruct it, can also filter out the really positive stuff as well. So you might have subconsciously built up a wall around your heart to stop yourself feeling anymore because it's just too painful, or seeing anymore. I can't see anymore, it's just too difficult. Or I don't want to hear anymore, I don't want to sense anymore. So it's like this block goes up in terms of all of our senses, which might protect you on one level, but actually is also stopping all of the positive, loving vibrations and gifts of the universe and beauty from being able to fully come in to, for example, the heart as well. So it feels as though with these two cards, the moon always heightens everything. It's a time of great heightened emotion, great heightened reflection as well for all of us, but it's a time for us to heal what it is that is coming up, okay? And it says on the card of healing, as we heal, we release, and we allow the alignment of mind, body and soul. Give this situation time, have patience and faith that healing is occurring. So there's this thing also about you can't rush the healing process. You can't rush these times that we're in. You have to honour the space that you're at on a day-by-day basis. And day by day through June, what you're probably going to be finding is that emotions and feelings can be very up and down and all over the place. And so when you're having a day where it feels quite dark and difficult, you need to be remembering this too shall pass. And then on a day where you're feeling brighter, it's like really embracing that and trying to charge your battery up as much as you can with that good energy. So those are the first two energies there. Okay. Quite like this deck. Let's pull another 3 cards then, because they were just specific really to this, for tomorrow, to the 5th. So a time of great healing. It's a time to heal. That beautiful, beautiful song, and I know I've mentioned this in about at least 2 videos now, by John Denver, A Healing Time on Earth, I think it's called. I'll put the link again in the description box below. Let me just write that I'm going to do that. I can't tell you how jam-packed full of healing codes that song has for the earth and also for our own hearts. It's just stunningly beautiful. And it also helps to keep your heart open. Right. Let's moving on then. Let's just have a look at the themes for June. Let's have a look, please, Archangel Metatron, for the themes that are coming up for June. For the people watching, the themes that are coming up for June. Journey. We're being taken on a journey, okay? See what else. A journey into the unknown, I'm hearing. Align. Notice how both of these cards so far have got the energy of the circle and the sphere. So we've got journey, we've got align. Let's have one more card. Themes for June for the people watching, please, Metatron. Themes for the people watching. Goddess energy coming through as well. And we've got vision on the bottom of the deck. Okay. A very straightforward interpretation of those 3 cards that have just come out. I mean, there's many different interpretations. Let's put them in the right order. Well, they came out in this order, actually. There is a journey to align to the energy of the goddess. The goddess, another interpretation would be the divine feminine energy that's wanting to flood in to this earth at this moment in time. I'm not meaning to be rude, but my guy does have a sense of humour. If you've worked with Metatron, you know he's got a sense of humour, okay? And he's trying to lighten us up today, because he's almost saying, this reminds me of it's like you've got to have the balls to be able to find your inner goddess. The world has got to have the balls to find the inner goddess energy, to turn and seek the divine feminine. And, you know, I'm sorry about the language, but it's this thing about the male patriarchy. It's like we need to, God, I don't really like the language, but it's like they've got us by the balls, basically. That's what I'm feeling. It's like they've got us by the balls, and they have had for a long time. And it's just like that there needs to be a release of that, okay? Needs to be a release of that energy for something very different to come in. And the third sphere, okay, let's not call it a ball, is above this divine feminine energy's head, the goddess energy, and this looks more like a halo actually in retrospect. But, you know, this, in all seriousness, this is a sphere of energy that wants to come in. Oh, okay. We've also got two, of course we've got two moons that we have in every single month, of course we have. But here, this feels as though this links into the lunar eclipse and full moon in Sagittarius, and this feels as though it links into the new moon in Cancer and the solar eclipse. I don't know if I said that the right way round. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, solar, because that's sun. Lunar, this feels, lunar to me is more of a bluey, silvery, white energy. You know, the moon, of course, is white and it's in a darkened sky. Yeah, this feels like the energy of the moon. This feels as though this is the energy of the sun. So both of these eclipses this June seem to be about highlighting the need, the real need. And I'm feeling really thirsty now for the divine feminine energy to come in, not just to the world, but into your life. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is whether you're male or female, it's about linking into a more feminine energy. I feel as though since lockdown has started to ease, what we've seen is almost like a surplus of very masculine energy. It's as though we were in this cocoon state, cocoon stroke womb state of having to stay within, to be at home. If you've been doing the work and you've been able to, I know if some people weren't able to because they were having to just carry on and keep working, whether they were in hospitals or frontline staff. But for those that were able to have this period of cocooning and almost like going back within the womb, it was a very feminine experience, basically. It was to do with receiving, nurturing, looking after self, going within, reflecting. And then it's as though now lockdown is starting to be eased. It's as though there's this, I'm hearing battle cry of the masculine energy coming back. But I'm not attributing that to particular people. I'm attributing it to us, us. And to give an example, it's, I think I talked about this yesterday on a video, is this thing about, I live in an area of natural beauty, and for some reason there's hordes of people descending and abusing the natural coastline, which, people always abuse it to a degree. They come and they leave their rubbish and their litter and, have an attitude of just coming and taking. But this is really, really extreme. And I thought it was just my area, but it's not. I'm hearing it from other places around the UK as well, Yorkshire Dales, where, I also used to live. What is this all about? And almost like at a deep-seated root, it feels as though it's a masculine energy in nature. And that doesn't mean it's men that's doing it. It means that women have got a masculine energy as well. It's literally like being released from prison, and it's like people are misbehaving. It's like this very sort of yang energy that's out there. It's like, I will do it, and I will go, and I will be active, and I don't know. It's the opposite of this energy that we've been in, but it needs to be counterbalanced again. So that's just one example. And of course, we're seeing a lot of this masculine energy around the world as well. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing either. But of course, we need balance. We need balance. So yeah, the goddess energy coming through. It says, allow the strength of your inner goddess to shine. You have the power to change the situation. Let the essence of your light dance as you nurture your feminine strength. And you see, this is the thing. I think that maybe we've hit a bit of a roadblock in terms of our spiritual work, which is that I think there's an underlying assumption which hasn't actually been voiced, which is that we're moving from a more patriarchal energy to a more feminine energy. And I think there's almost this latent fear in the collective human shadow, which is because it's feminine, it's going to be weaker. Because it's feminine, it's not going to be up to much, It's like, and it's like, that's why we're not able to fully release the grip yet of the masculine energy, which we need to. But yet what we need to really be dipping into in June is the power of the feminine, which is not weak, is actually really, really strong. It's just strong in a different way. And it's as though we need to get to know it. We need to get to know it. Rather than me sitting here pontificating on what it is, it's about you discovering what it is. It's about you getting in touch with your own feminine energy. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, we've all got to start doing it more. So I'm wondering whether there might be a bit of a rise also of a feminine leader coming through in June, feeling that could be the case. But that's what I'm getting from that first set of cards anyway. Alignment, the way that I've put this down as well in front of me, I've put it underneath the card of reflection. I feel as though this is saying that whatever you've been reflecting on, maybe within the lockdown period, align to whatever that truth was that came to you. So a lot of people have been looking at their life, what they might want to do, the changes that they might want to make. And again, now it's almost like it's a time to align to that. It's as though these two eclipses this month help you to do that. So it's as though you really need to be consciously connecting in to their energies. I know we're all busy and sometimes we don't always have the time to sit and meditate on a particular day. But it is important, if you can, to just, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just to literally try and stop the clock on the 5th and on the 21st, to just have a moment of observation is what I'm hearing. To observe the silence, to align to what it is that you wish to bring into your life that might have come almost like as a flashbulb moment of revelation, that actually I do want that, I do want to do that. When you were within the lockdown energy, okay? I'd like to have another card that goes with the journey, okay? I mean, I have actually put it underneath the card of healing, which might be the answer anyway, which is that healing, it by nature, is a journey. You know, there's never a final destination. I think I answered one of you, there was a comment that came in few days ago, something along it read a little bit, and I'm sure you didn't mean it as such, which was like, it felt like you'd reached the destination, that you were completely in your heart, totally awakened. And I said something along the lines of, it's an ever deepening process. We never completely get to the finish line in this lifetime because we're not meant to. Why do you think we've kept coming back over and over again? Because there's always another layer. But rather than thinking, oh my God, try to see that through the eyes of wonder, which is like, wow, I wonder what other depths I have within me, other parts of me that I don't know about, other gifts that I have, other talents, other skills, other layers of empathy and kindness, other ways that I can communicate which are better and higher in frequency. You know, rather than thinking that the journey of healing is always to do with, oh my God, you know, it's just, this is going to be so painful and difficult and hard and I don't want to do it. You know, yes, there's a degree of being able to wipe the wound and clean the wound that comes up. But then what results from that clean wound is usually a beautiful gift that comes off the back of it, okay? So remember that as well. But yeah, I'm going to pull one more card that goes with journey. And that beautiful blue mandala, I want to call it, that we've got here, okay? Feels as though it's very linked into the throat chakra as well, as though we're all on a journey in terms of truth, finding our truth, being able to speak our truth in our personal relationships, in our communities, in our workplaces. Journey. Dreams. Okay, so there's a lot of journeying happening in astral. Yeah, tell me about it. A lot of journeying happening in dream time. Take note of your dreams, okay? Again, the moon, okay? And this is interesting because it's like a crescent moon. So this feels as though the dreams, particularly in between the two eclipses, feel as though they are also particularly significant as well, okay? So take note of those, but it's almost what I've said as well. It's to do with aligning to your dreams, okay? Aligning to your dreams. What is your dream? What is your dream? What is it that you dream of? What is it? Where do you wish to be? Who do you wish to be? What do you wish to be doing? Who do you wish to be with? You know, align to those dreams, because it feels as though the energy of these two eclipses is helping to bring it into being, okay? It's helping to bring it into being. It's as though, you know, the card of vision here as well is saying there is an awakening to what we truly want, you know, where we wish to be heading in our own individual lives. The third eye being very stimulated at this moment in time. And it's almost as though once you've seen it, once you've seen what you want, you've just got to align to it and go for it. And it feels as though we're going to be helped this month to do that. So that's the first lot of cards that are coming up for June. Let's put those to one side. Wanted to pull from this deck today, which is, it's called the Cloisters Tarot, I think. Tracy bought me this for Christmas. It's a little deck. Can't find the box now. It doesn't come with a, oh, here it is. It doesn't come with a book or anything. Tarot of the Cloisters, it's called. Okay. It's probably a self-published deck, maybe. I don't know. Don't think it even has got a name on it. Just, I can't even tell you who made it because there's no name on the box. But anyway, it reminds me of when I was a child, there used to be a children's program called Play School. And many of you in the UK will remember Play School. And they used to tell you a story every day. And they had 3 different windows. And it was like, today we're going to look through the circle. We're going to look through the circular window. Today we're going to look through the round window. Today we're going to look through the square window. Today we're going to look through the whatever it was, oblong window. And through each of these different shapes, you could see something different based on the shape itself. So the fact I've chosen this round deck, which I think is the only round deck that I own, I think probably says that there's something within this deck's energy that we wouldn't see if we were using any other deck. So let's see what we're going to get. Let's please have a message for the people watching. Let's have a look at what's coming in this June. Let's have a look at what's coming in this June for people in their lives. What's coming in for June? I'm going to take 6 cards from this deck. The first one is the Hanged Man, which is changing the way that we see the world. I mean, in a way, I've chosen circular cards today, so which is a different way of doing it. So the Hanged Man being, I wanted to say forced, but you know, sometimes you need a bit of a nudge, you need a bit of a shove in the back. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Being forced to look at your life in a different way, okay? Look at the circumstances of your life in a different way. We've got the 9 of Staves, which would be the 9 of Swords. No, sorry, the 9 of Wands. Which is quite a defensive position. This guy's in quite a defensive position. It's what I was saying earlier about the heart in particular, that many of us have built up a little bit of a barrier and a wall around our heart. And we've done it because we don't want to be hurt. It's like, I can't take any more. I can't take any more. I can't see anymore. It's just like, it's too much, you know. Turn it off. And yeah, understand it, but equally don't shut out the good stuff. Okay, so Hanged Man and the 9 of Wands. I'm also hearing from that 9 of Wands card, he's like standing to attention, isn't he? So it's like, take notice and attention of what the Hanged Man energy brings into your life. If you wake up and you suddenly think, it's like a flash of revelation comes in. It's like, my God, I hadn't realised that actually that person felt like that, or I hadn't realised that they thought that about me, or I hadn't realised that actually the path that I'm on now leads there. I hadn't realised that actually how much work this is going to take, and actually do I want to do it? You know, you can take the scenario into all sorts of different areas of life, but it's like I'm reading this as pay attention, pay very close attention, align to what this change of energy and change of thinking and way you're looking at the world means. It means something. I've got one of the Colour Mirrors bottles out here that I wanted to bring into this reading, which is Uranus. And this is the energy of expect the unexpected. You know, I mean, you could say we're at the 4th of June and already the month is volatile and it's like, what the hell's going to happen today? The fact that I've had to do the Madeleine McCann video today, which I didn't even know I was going to have to do until 10 o'clock last night when it came on the news. And I was like, really? Really? Okay, going to have to say something about that then. You know, it's like that just came from nowhere. There's going to be all these things that just come from nowhere in the collective, but equally potentially within our personal lives as well, okay? So doesn't mean it's bad, it just means it is what it is. There is something about aligning the back. Look at this, you know, obviously he's got a straight back because he's hanging against a tree or something, you know, he's suspended. And this guy, you know, he's like straight backed. There's this thing about straightening the back, aligning the back, aligning to spirit. Okay, we had the card of align, didn't we? Where is it? Align. Take note, align. The chakra system at the end of the day within the body, it works its best and it receives best the light codes that are coming in, the downloads that are coming down into us when we're not all hunched up like this, you know, when we're actually able to straighten, you know, and it comes down in a smooth line. It's not having to do this, you know. So in all seriousness, in meditation, you know, if you sit in meditation, try and straighten your back. There's something in this, okay? How many cards are we doing here? We're doing 6, aren't we? Okay, so what is coming in then, Metatron, please, for June? The 7 of Swords. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Do you know, I was just about to say, because somebody has your back. Look at this. I'm interpreting these cards my way, okay, not necessarily in terms of the official way that people interpret these cards. All of these wands are behind him. I was hearing you can straighten your back and you can align and you can have the opportunity to look at life in a different way because somebody has your back. What do I mean by that? I mean spirit has your back. Because circumnavigating June is this sneaky, sly energy, okay? That's why I had to do the Maddie video today. It's like, no, I'm not having that. They're trying to pull the smoke, they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes again. I'm going to have to come out and say something about that. You know, and I knew I could do it because Metatron's got my back. You know, absolutely knows he's got my back. So yeah, 7 of Swords. There's some sneaky energy around, you know. But not to fear it because spirit has your back, okay? Let's see. I think this 7 of Swords energy, this sneakiness, this deceit type energy that's coming up that we're being able to witness in our world, I think it is a reaction to this increasingly huge chasm between those that are still in 3D and who are antagonistic towards it, are fighting against it, and those who are increasingly in 5D. Now, what I don't believe is that everybody in 3D is a bad person, okay? It's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that everybody that's chosen to stay in 3D, because it is a choice, is up to no good and is, you know, is into wrongdoing. No, you can actually have people who stay in 3D that are really good people, really good people. It's just they don't want to open their eyes to anything else. They don't want to align to the next level. They just want to stay where they are, okay? That's the truth. But yet within 3D, there is also a proportion of people who are the bad uns, okay? They're the bad, they are the ones that are sneaking around, you know, trying to thieve or make mischief or create harm, you know? You're not going to have those people in the 5D camp. You can't, because you can't be in 5D and sustain this energy, okay? So I feel as though we're living in a world of people, with people around us of all sorts of different vibrations. It's just that you can see this stuff more clearly now, okay? But it feels as though it can't come in and hurt us as much. anymore because Spirit has our back. It's as though what Metatron is saying is what they're doing is they're actually hurting themselves more and more. You know, it's almost like the analogy he's given me is almost like of black magic. You know, if you participate in black magic and you try to do ill towards somebody else, it will come back on you tenfold. Okay, so I'm not saying these people are up to black magic, although some of them may well be, but you know, it's the same analogy that if you do unto another something that is wrong, in these times that we're in now, it's going to be coming back not just tenfold, but 20-fold, and coming back a lot faster than it used to as well. But, you know, we don't need to be too obsessed with all of that, because ultimately, Spirit has your back, okay? But you're being made aware of within our midst, we can see more clearly with our vision, our 2020 vision, what everyone's up to, okay? You're able to see the people who are really shining, okay? You're being able to see the people who are needing the healing, are in need, needing your help, your support, and you're also being able to see, excuse my French, but like the silly buggers, you know, who are just like, what the hell are you doing? But again, don't try not to give too much energy to that, because this is like a manipulative, I used the word trickster energy before in my last video. It's like a trickster energy that wants to try and entice you back in, you know, come back down to my level. No, we're not going to do that. If anything, you're being given the opportunity to come up to our level. You don't have to, because there's no judgment if you want to stay down there. But equally, if you want to stay down there, just keep on doing it in that pool that you're in, okay? Metatron's analogy of us being down in this pit, you know, this dark pit in the sludge, we're climbing our way out of it, okay? And we're reaching for the stars. Other people are just choosing to sit down and make a home in the bottom of the pit. Well, they can, but, you know, I'm not entertaining staying there with them, put it that way, okay? So there's that out there in the collective, and you may also be seeing this in your personal lives as well, unfortunately. It doesn't mean that somebody is necessarily stealing from you, but although Metatron's saying in a way they're trying to steal your energy, okay? There's some lower energies in our world at the moment who are trying to steal our energy, who are trying to undo the good work that we are doing, as I pull the Eight of Pentacles energy out, the card of hard work. I don't know whether it's supposed to be, but what that reminds me of on this card is somebody who blows glass. Have you ever seen anybody try and blow glass? Well, it looks really difficult and hard. Whether it is or not, I've no idea. But, you know, it's almost like that's the analogy I'm being given. Somebody blowing glass and creating something very beautiful, okay? All his breath is going into creating something very beautiful, which also looks a bit like a light bulb, okay? So you could also take it linked into the analogy of trying to create more light in our world, or something beautiful. You know, a piece of blown glass is an object of great beauty, but yet someone's wanted to come and distract and interfere with that process. Don't let them. Don't let them. I talked about distraction in a few videos back. Okay, there's a lot of that's what this is. This is distraction energy, trying to stop you in your tracks, throw you off your guard, prevent what you're trying to bring to the world, which is good. Okay. Okay, let's have two more cards then. What's coming in for June, please, Metatron? How weird. I just looked at, you could see I was looking. I just looked to see how many minutes I've done. I've done 38 minutes and 30 seconds as I'm looking. And that, I think, is the length of the last video I did, Madeleine McCann. So there's also a message coming through here, which is to do with the good work that light workers are doing to bring those truths to the surface are not going to be derailed, is all I will say to that. I've disabled my comments on the Maddie video just because I'm a bit tired at the moment, and I couldn't face it, to be honest. No disrespect to any of you, so I'm not accepting comments on that. It just stands what I've said. So let's not pull them all into this video is what I'm trying to say. Okay, back to you, back to your personal life. Two more cards, please, Metatron, for June. Two more cards for June for the people watching. The Ace of Cups. Very nice too. Love. I sort of want to just keep holding the card there. Let's just focus on that. Love is all you need. All you need is love. Yeah, all you need is love. The Ace of Cups. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the cup. Keep your eyes on love. Don't be distracted by this nonsense. Okay, keep your eyes on the prize. What is it that you are working towards? The Three of Wands here, okay, as well. Bit of a shout out there for my twin flame viewers as well. Won't make this a twin flame video, but you know what I'm saying by the Ace of Cups and the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a big twin flame card. So keep your eye on the prize if you're wanting reunion, if you're wanting closer intimacy, if you're wanting closure. Also, keep your eye on what it is that you're striving towards. So anyway, just going back to a more general reading, Ace of Cups and the Three of Wands. It is what I've said. It's keep your eye on the prize. I mean, look at him. He's looking out onto the horizon. He knows what he's reflected on. He knows what he's wanting to align to. He knows what he's dreaming of. He's waiting for his boat to come in. And he's doing so from his heart. You see, this is the thing. If you close your heart down, you're closing down so much help and support that's available to you. The heart has got brain cells as well, guys, The heart is intelligent. It's the heart is the lantern that will guide you home, is what Metatron is saying. That's very poetic. The heart is the lantern that will guide you home. How beautiful is that? Okay, I've got 6 cards here. I'm sort of wanting just to carry on because I like the cards. Okay, that's what's coming in. Anything else we need to know? I'm going to say anything else we need to know for June. Anything else we need to know for June? The Ace of Pentacles. That's good. Nice. Solid offer. Solid opportunity. Fresh new start. That could be a fresh new start linked into a new relationship. It could be linked into a new business venture that's trying to get off the ground. Sorry, I just got a message coming on my phone. I always like to see whether they're relevant when they come in. Well, yeah. Look what's just that breaking news. It's like I can't get away from this today, even though I try to. German police treating her disappearance as murder. Prosecutors believe she's dead. Okay. Okay, I've said what I want to say about Maddie, so that's going to be on the other video. And also we got the Ace of Pentacles coming through on that reading as well. Money changing hands. Let's get it back to you. I want this video to be about you. There is the potential, there's a potential offer, potential opportunity, potential fresh new start. It may also be there's a new way for you to be making money, okay? A new way for you to be making money. Also a new way for the world to be viewing money, okay? I do think that as lockdown eases and the shops start to reopen, there's no data available yet in the UK because the shops haven't opened until the 15th. I'm talking about the non-food shops. They're not open until the 15th. And it will be really interesting, I think, to see what happens to consumer behaviour. From my perspective, I'm not feeling any inclination to rush back out and spend loads of money. It's as though I will spend money on things that I really cherish and will bring pleasure to me or somebody else. But equally, I want to be investing my money maybe a little bit wiser, giving to good causes without wishing to make myself sound like a good egg. It's like it's looking at money very differently. And I think that's also coming in this June as well with these 2 eclipses. How we spend money, what we spend money on, why we spend money. There's a thing I've noticed before in others, I mean, I'm guilty of it myself as well, you know, in the past, going out and spending money to try and cheer myself up. We've all done that, you know, show me a person who hasn't done that. But some people take it to a real extreme, and it's almost like, I'm only living for the holiday, I'm only living for the new car, and then I get my fix and I can sort of make it through the rest of the year, which is bearable. We can't behave like that, you know. That's not living, you know. It's like you need to be feeling alive and awake and happy in the in-between bits as well, you know. So money being used to live, to help others, to absolutely give yourself a little bit of luxury from now and again if you can afford it, but not to sort of not to patch up. Metatron saying not just to patch up a life that is empty. Let's pull an Ascended Master or a Keepers of the Light card here. Let's just see who's around us, who wants to come forward with a message. June. Anybody? No one's coming out yet. Ah, thank you. Isis. Yeah, Isis, magic manifesting. Well, we had the card of the goddess earlier, didn't we? And Isis is a goddess. It says, your dreams, visions and goals are becoming reality, so stay focused. I mean, come on, it's what I've been saying in this reading. Your dreams, visions and goals are becoming reality, so stay focused. We've got the energy of Isis. Isis, I have a statue of Isis. Let me just go and grab it from over there to show you. This is my little statue of Isis. It's a bit dusty. Sorry about that. Oh dear, yeah, it's very dusty. I'll polish her off later. There we go. She sits in my room. In fact, I might put her somewhere I can see her a bit more visible to help me balance out my life and my responsibilities. So, you know, like many of you, as a mother who also works and has all sorts of things going on, she helps me to sort of try and balance out home and work and family life, as well as my own needs as a woman. You know, the goddess energy is also to do with being a woman. So there she is. I can't put her into shot because I need like a shelf there, don't I? Well, I suppose I could put her there. I'll put her there. Let's just read what Kyle talks about with regard to her. Can you see her? I don't know whether you can see her or not. Isis. Isis is a strong, smart and focused Egyptian winged goddess. According to legend, she was able to move from darkness to light and between the underworld, heaven and earth. For that reason, whenever she comes to us, she will help us move from the hell of our own fear into the heaven of our own love. She was also able to revive her lover, Osiris, from the dead, and this powerful story shows how she can help us revive an aspect of our life or a dream that we may have killed off. Wow. With fear or lack of self-belief. With her magical abilities, Isis will guide us to bring our dreams into reality. It's all to do with aligning to our dreams and our hopes, isn't it? This whole reading. It says here, you're moving into a space where your dream reality is becoming your outward reality. This is an extremely powerful time, and it's vital to keep focused on the highest good of it all. You no longer want to relive your own history and or feel unsupported. Consider that you are moving between worlds when you daydream or create visions and bring life-enhancing ideas into reality. We've got all of these cards on the table that basically is summing up this message. Okay. Consider that you are moving between worlds when you daydream or create visions. We had the card of dreams. We had the card of vision. We had the card of journey. Okay. Journeying between worlds. Journeying between what we have been dreaming in, reflecting on, wanting from the period of lockdown to what is now potentially starting to become more available in terms of, right, now let's try and really make some tentative steps towards it. And these eclipses this month are pivotal to helping us with that. So we've just got goddess energy all over that. So yeah, you know, women watching me, step into your goddess energy, you know, really, you know, take yourself seriously as a power force in your own life, with all that that entails. Treat yourself as you would treat something that is reverent and holy, i.e. yourself, your feminine energy. For men watching, start to see the women in your life through the eyes almost of the goddess. Start to seek and acknowledge women in your life who hold this divine feminine energy, and help them, encourage them. If there are men watching this who are living with women who are the complete opposite of what a divine feminine energy is, maybe you're living with women who are just really, I don't know, critical, needy, difficult, unpleasant, judgmental, harsh, toxic, cruel, whatever. You know, maybe there's something for you to look at there in terms of why are you accepting that? Is it time to either move on from that, or is it time to try and, if it's possible, try and help the woman you're with to become a better version of herself? But again, you can't, what's the expression? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So, you know, and it's not your job. Sorry, battery died. And it's not your job either to change somebody, you know, or to try and help. Well, you can try to help them change, but you can't do it for them. You need to be concentrating on yourself. But I'm just getting this strong call for men that are watching to just look at the women in their life. And I'm also being now shown the mother. This doesn't just apply to men, of course, it applies to all of us. To look at the mother archetype within our life, you know, the type of mothering that we've had, to maybe heal that, you know, if there are some scars and difficulties coming up with the whole mother wound, which is a whole other video in itself, which I'm not going to do now. Again, this month of June is about being given an opportunity to look at that. I might do another video on that, because again, that's just a whole huge subject in itself. And then for the men as well, there's another message here for the men in terms of this goddess energy. I mean, we're all interlinked. We're all masculine and feminine. So I don't mean to just split it down into very sort of stereotypical, this is masculine, this is female. I know we're a combination of the two, but there's something else coming through here for men that are watching. It's almost to do with, I need a spray. What can help me with this? Mary Magdalene. What am I trying to say? What are you trying to say? Message for the men. She's saying it's safe to allow yourselves to be loved, truly supported, truly held. It's safe for you to take the hand of the divine feminine and allow her to lead you home. To lead you home within yourself. To just lead you home is what she's saying. And it's like a shout out that not to fear the power of the divine feminine. There's an energy coming through here where some are frightened, or this is subconscious, there's a subconscious fear of this new energy. What is this new energy that's coming into the earth? What is this new paradigm? What is this all about? You know, and this isn't just men that are actually at subconscious level a little bit like, what is this? I can't get a hang on it. I don't know it. I haven't lived through a lifetime yet on this planet where this has been the norm. So it sounds good, but actually, you know, maybe, you know, stick with the devil we know. It's that type of energy. But it's like, no, just trust. It's like she's saying, just trust me. Trust that this can be better for all. that this can be better for all. Okay, it's an energy for everybody. And everybody is welcome at the table. Although she's not shown me a table, she's actually shown me a pool. It's like a goddess pool. It's like a rock pool where all are able to bathe. All are welcome. She's showing me these old courts in Egyptian times. It's like almost like a Cleopatra type energy, where it was very much the women were in their court and the men were in their court. And of course this happened in other countries as well. It certainly happened within the UK in terms of kings and queens. You know, the queen would have her court with her ladies, and the men would have their court with their men, and the men would go riding, and the women would sort of titivate and sort of have baths. And it's like what she's wanted to do is like just smash down that whole energy, which is like, no, this court, it's not a royal court, it's like the court that we are all invited to. It's like there's an intermingling of male and female. There's no separation between the sexes. So it seems to be something to do with healing the blueprint energy that we've got within our DNA. We don't even know we've got it, which is that we're so used to being in these different courts, for want of a better word, you know. So again, going back to the Egyptian time now, it's just sort of, it's like never the twain shall meet, but actually what's coming in is an energy where we shall, and we will, and we are. And it's like getting used to that. And it's true equality and beauty, and being able to see the beauty in each other, and honouring the masculine and the feminine within ourselves and within each other. So it's magical. It's absolutely magical. The energy that I'm dipping into here is magical. And again, at a collective level, that's about dreaming that in, aligning to that vibration. She's saying because I'm not sure if this is Isis or Mary, I've got both of them here. It's almost like an archetypal feminine energy. But the message coming through is we're very 3D in our thinking still, even those of us that think we're in 5D and above. And she's saying, for example, with regard to things like world leaders, it's like we clamour for the first, for example, female president, for example, in the USA. But it's like, again, that's almost like playing back into those separate camps, which is like, oh, there's a woman there. And at one level, yeah, great, it'd be great to see a woman there. But at another level, it's like when we truly see the person in power, or the person in our home, or the person in our bed, in terms of both male and female, you know, and I'm not talking sex here, I'm just talking in terms of their soul essence, that we have both energies within us, male and female. Then it will be we have the best person for the job to run the country, we have the best person to live our life with, we have the best person to go into business with, because they are that balance between masculine and feminine. So it's like the ending of these old-fashioned divisions and courts. And for that, we need to align to that potentiality and that timeline that is hovering on our horizon. Okay, it's 10 to 1. I've been doing readings all morning, so I'm going to leave it there. And I did just pick up this deck, and we've got the High Priest on the bottom of the deck. So that's rather great, because we've just been talking about the divine feminine energy, and here he is, the High Priest. It's like, hey, hold on a minute. You know, again, the divine masculine coming in. It's all perfect. All right, I'm going to go get myself some lunch now, and have a stretch and an align. You see how easy it is to slouch, to align. Try and get some time tomorrow to align to these energies coming in for the lunar eclipse. Much love to everybody. Oh, look at that on the bottom of the deck. I must just show you this. Hold on a minute. Why has that just turned itself off? I'm trying to upload this video. Hold on. Is Sanat Kumara, light activation, shine your light. He's also coming in, and I tell you what, it's a very similar message in terms of stand up, attention, align. Over and out, guys. Much love to you all. Thank you all so much for all your support, all your beautiful comments that come in. I appreciate the whole tribe. Much love. Bye-bye for now.